This is the mansion of Dr. Howard Heisenberg, a place that holds secrets of a life lived to the fullest. Dr. Heisenberg was an accomplished doctor, known for his groundbreaking research in the field of medicine. He graduated from the prestigious Harvard School of Medicine in 1962 and went on to become one of the most respected physicians in the USA. Dr. Heisenberg lived in the grand mansion with his beloved wife and three children for the majority of his life. They were a happy family, spending their days surrounded by beautiful antiques, rare books, and priceless works of art. But after Dr. Heisenberg passed away, everything was left behind. Their place became a time capsule of a forgotten life, frozen in time. As we step inside, we can see the remnants of a life well lived. The rooms are filled with vintage medical equipment, antique furniture, and family photos. It is as if the Heisenberg family just stepped out for a moment and left everything as it was. The mansion remains as an important landmark that reflects the life of Dr. Heisenberg and his family. It serves as a testimony to the achievements of a man who dedicated his life to medicine and to the importance of pursuing knowledge and excellence. Embark on this journey with us and explore the secrets of their abandoned mansion and discover the legacy of Dr. Howard Heisenberg. Welcome back, everybody, to another episode on the Bros of Decay. I'm Leslie, and today I'm going to show you a fascinating home in the United States. I actually shouldn't say home, because this is a mansion, and it's estimated to be worth around $3.2 million. And it used to be of Mr. Howard and his family. Mr. Howard was a medical expert, a doctor, a surgeon. He was very well renowned in the field, in the medical field. And he has multiple awards that you see there on the walls, gathered over the years that he was a medical expert. Today I'm going to take you throughout his home, show you everything that's left in here. He left all his memories behind when he passed away in the year 2015. His wife also used to live here, but she went later on to a nursing home. It's now been abandoned for 7 years. The children, they don't seem to care about anything that's left in here, and it's just withering away. The properties around here that also used to be abandoned have been demolished, and this one is on the list to be demolished very soon. So I'm happy that we made it on time to document this historic place that he bought in the year 1960 and where he lived in all his life together with his family. It's so beautiful to be sitting here in the most important room of this house, where he did all his work, where he studied, where he prepared his lectures. And from here on out, I'm going to start this episode and I'm going to take you on a grand tour throughout this beautiful property. I'm so excited for this one. So let's start this documentary. So let's start off our documentary here in this wonderful room that I was just sitting in. And the first thing you see when you enter into this room is actually pretty devastating. So after he passed away, the word got out that his house got abandoned. And people came in here, scavenging through his memories and through his valuables that he left behind, just to find valuable items to steal. And in the process, they completely ransacked his office, threw out all his documents, just to find some valuables that they can resell. Sometimes people are horrible. They have no soul, as it seems like, just for a few dollars that they could make. All the documents for his patients are still lying on the ground. You can see there are a lot of receipts lying here, probably medical expenses that people had to pay and bills that he sent out. Wow. These shelves would have most likely been all full of books back in the time, but are completely empty right now. We even have this painting standing here with a hole in the bottom. One of the vandals probably broke this, put it down here. There's no signature on there, so it's most likely not valuable. But it's a wonderful painting of these flowers. I really love it, and I would love to have it as decoration in my home. But that's not exploring for me. Exploring is leaving everything that you find behind forever. Here we also have some sort of award that he presented. The President of the United States sent this man an army of the United States, it says over here. And this is an award from Mr. Howard. Wow. Here we have a picture of him together with his wife in his younger days. Here you can see his wife together with their newborn child. Oh my God, and we have a treatment for cold injury prevention from 1963. So Mr. Howard got his degree in medicine in 1962. Before that time, he used to be in a war. He used to be in the army and he fought in wars. But he changed his life around. Not that being in a war is bad, but he changed his life around to become a doctor at some point. Here we can see a picture of him as well, nicely dressed up. And this is his wife next to him. Oh, beautiful lamp standing here. More degrees on the walls, even unopened letters. And this one is from the police department. Maybe he did something wrong. Maybe a speeding ticket of some sort. Is this President Kennedy? Yeah, I'm pretty sure about that. Pretty proud man of his country as well. And then his desk, where he conducted all his work from. A wonderful desk, even a picture of him still lying on top of there. From the time when he was still in the army, a pretty young man at that point. He grew to the age of 86 years old. Wow. So he was born just post-World War II. The typewriter where he wrote all his letters on that he sent to his clients. Even one of the letters that he ever written is still lying next to it. Such a sad sight to see all of this left behind. And that upholstery chair where he used to sit in. I can still see Mr. Howard sitting here at his desk, typing away. If you imagine the pictures that we just saw, you can imagine the person still sitting here and working. I must say, I'm totally in love with this display over here. 10, those are 1, 2, 6, 5, 14 awards we have standing here in this cabinet, in this display cabinet. All different medicine awards, ranging from 1962 when he got his first medical degree until 1900. We got another one, 1994, when he got his degree for being a surgeon over here, for becoming a surgeon. This is definitely not Mr. Howard. Wonderful ancient picture. This young boy, nicely dressed up. Wow. And then to the side of the room here, we have this sort of sitting area. Maybe when patients came in, they could sit over here and talk to Mr. Howard, explain their case. I'm not sure if he would welcome patients into his house. Maybe it was just for doing business. Wonderful curtains over here as well. I love the flower design that they have on them. Then the chairs underneath here are also pretty fascinating. Wonderful table standing here with a newspaper still on there from 1965. It says over here, just 3 years after he got his medical degree. Wow. I love the clock face as well that we have above here. Regular, it says on there. Beautiful clock face with the lamp underneath there. Oh, I already loved this room, going through here, seeing the history and seeing all the things that are left in here. It's just fascinating to me. And that brings us further into the next part of the household. And as you can see, this actually used to be the living area of the people, where his wife, Mr. Howard, and the children used to relax in the evening after work was done and they just had some time together. First off, let me show you this again. This is the ravaging that went on in here. People threw everything on the ground just in search for valuables. But I must say, there are some wonderful things left behind beneath the rubble here. For example, this cabinet, this drawer that we can see here in front of us. I love it. It has some sort of a gold plating on there. The design on it is just wonderful. Let's see if I can still open it up. There's unfortunately nothing in there anymore. But wow, what a beautiful drawer we have over here. And up on top of there, we have a few items. This is from the university that he attended. Even a Röntgen picture is still here. Wow. Oh, and this is just so beautiful to see. Beautiful and devastating at the same time. This is his wife with their newborn child. And all these beautiful memories are still left in this household. Here the child already grew a little bit older. He's holding the car keys. Probably they were going out. Let me see if there's a date on there. That doesn't seem to be a date. But this is just wonderful and devastating at the same time. Seeing how these memories are still left in this place. Here we have a cartoon of them. This is Mr. Howard and his wife. Here's a wild and crazy guy. Robert Redford, eat your heart up. Oh, that's wonderful to see. All these cartoons that they made of them. We are having a great time, it says on there. This is probably their wedding picture. Do you believe in love at first sight? Oh, I love this. Where have you been all my life? Am I a fox or what? This is probably a present that they got when they got married to each other. Probably their friends put this all together, made this beautiful memory for them back in that time. It was already very old. Love this. Maybe already even 50 years old, because they probably got married around 25, 30 years old, and Mr. Howard grew to 86 years old, maybe even 60 years old. There's also this picture of this child lying here on the ground in between all the rubble. And even a Christmas card still framed and left here on the ground. Insane. And then we have the living room itself, with all the display cabinets to the side. You can see all the items that were once in there have already been stolen by thieves. But the main furnishings of the living area are all still left here. For example, there's a wonderful couch here in the middle of the room where they would sit together. A very big living room table, I would say. And on there, we have multiple more pictures and memories of the family that once used to live in this wonderful household. This is their grandmother. Wow. Holding the child. He's not very old in there, the child. I think some of these pictures might have even been taken inside of this home. The Lord is my shepherd, it says on here. Wonderful, really. Oh, and this is a beautiful picture. This is actually on the front porch of the house. And you can see the swimming pool in the back there. Here's another one of them sitting together with their poodle. Oh, These pictures are all taken inside of this household. They're a little bit stuck together, I must say. Wonderful to see all of this. Wonderful again and devastating at the same time. The couch itself, where they would enjoy their evenings together. The peeling paint and wallpaper, you can see the deterioration is taking place only after 7 years in this place already. The ceiling is coming down, the wallpaper is peeling off. It's just crazy. Like every single time I come to a house in the United States, I'm just perplexed to see how fast these houses deteriorate. Because where I come from in Europe, every single house has been built of stone and they last for hundreds, even thousands of years. I once filmed a castle from 960 and this place is still in perfect condition, but only here after 7 years of abandonment. The wallpaper is peeling off, parts of the ceiling are falling out, and it's just crazy to see. I don't think they will renovate this house. I think they will just demolish it. You have another picture of a woman sitting on a couch over here. Oh, I also love these crystal glasses. These crystal lamps that we have on the side here. They're very fascinating as well. A walking aid still standing here as well. Maybe when Mr. Howard and his wife got old, they needed it. Have a look at these curtains. Aren't they just fascinating? And then the chandelier in front of them. Wow. And then right next to the couch, we have this table over here with many more memories left behind. We can see Mr. Howard and his wife here together. And here he is at an older age, together with a lady, a younger lady. I don't know who she is. But they are standing in front of the house. And back then, it was not overgrown yet, like it is now. I also love these memories that have been left behind here. If you can see Mr. Howard and his wife. And I love that they made it into some sort of a cartoon. Now, this is what I call a party. We see somebody dreaming here. Why is everybody looking at me? I love this, how they did it. And these are just such fond memories that have all been left behind over here. Oh, and I forgot to mention the wheelchair over here as well. So they're pretty disabled, as you can see, or pretty bad, in a bad shape at their end of their lives. Wow. And then we can wander through these glass doors into the hallway of the place, where the people were let in, where the guests came into the house, where they as well entered into their wonderful place. I love the display cabinet that they had here in the corner, probably filled with ornaments and artifacts back in the time, but now completely empty, with the wallpaper around it completely peeling off the walls. There's also a lot of clothing left here on the ground, as you can see, with some baby pictures around it. Nothing on these, unfortunately. But here you can see some female clothing lying on the ground, some dresses, a yellow pair of pants. Wow, this has never been worn before. Like even the price tag is still on there. They bought it, but never were able to wear this clothing. Still, the whole cabinet over here in the hallway, whole closet here in the hallway, is still completely filled with clothing of hers. All her dresses are still here, hanging here for eternity. Some mirrors on the ground, some beautiful mirrors. Love the crystal design that they have around them. But unfortunately, again, somebody has spray painted an X on them just to destroy them. That's so sad to see. Oh, the crystallier flowers on them. Isn't that just wonderful? And this over here was the main entrance door to come into the house. Such a huge door, beautiful wooden door that would enter into their beautiful property. Over there we can see that used to be the dining area. We're going to venture into that in a second. And then we have the stairway, the grand stairway, that would lead you upstairs to the bedrooms over here. Wonderful piece as well. I love it. has been completely broken, and you can see they already started renovation works at some point in this place, but they stopped. They ripped out parts of the walls and probably were trying to renovate this place in some way, but never finished the job. There are even Röntgen pictures lying here on the ground that really shows you that this used to be a doctor's mansion. Oh, this is also such a beautiful mirror that we have here standing against this closet. Still wrapped in bubble foil, waiting to be transported somewhere, but now waiting here for a new home until eternity. So sad to see. But now, everybody, let's wander into this fascinating room that we have here in front of us, the formal dining area, where the friends and family would be invited to have dinners together, where probably Mr. Howard and his family also used to have dinners at some point. A big pile of rubble here in the corner as well. Let's have a look at that. Still, even more pictures lying here between the rubble. So sad to see yet again. Oh, here's that same poodle that we saw in the other room. And this is a very funny picture. Here we can see his wife sitting on the toilet in one of the bathrooms upstairs that I'm going to show you later. They were having a party over here in the house. Wow, so many fond memories still left here. And this is the booklet from their wedding. It says over here, our wedding. Oh my God. Sheila was his wife. Okay, that's her name. Sheila and then Howard. They married in 1959 on the 23rd of August at 8 p.m. on a Sunday. And here we can see all their wedding pictures that they once made. What a beautiful bride. They were such a nice couple together. All the bridesmaids around her. Oh, I want to see the groom as well. I want to see Howard at the altar. Here she was going towards the altar, and here they gave each other their first kiss. Why would anybody leave a book like that inside of this house? That's just stupid. Let's go further throughout this room. I love the wallpaper as well, with the flowers and the birds on there. Even represents the same the overhead curtains or the overhead cap of the window up here. And then have a look at the room itself. Isn't this just a fascinating room that we have in front of us? The big table with 8 chairs around it, where dinner parties used to be hosted, where great memories were shared, where beautiful conversations were held. So if the walls in this room could talk, they would tell stories, endless stories. I also really love the chandelier that they have here above this dinner table. Fascinating piece, still hanging here. And there's still some things displayed on the table as well. Some coffee cups, some liquors that they used to drink. This bottle, Bristol Cream, is still completely filled. Wow. Under here, the turkey would be served. Sheila would serve the turkey for the guests. Everything just left here. We have another wonderful display cabinet to this side. All her best china would be displayed in this one. Very valuable items. You can even see they have display lights worked into the ceiling of this cabinet just to give it some extra prestige. There's an Asian design, Asian Japanese design on this cabinet. Wow. And then at the end of the room, we have this drawer set up. It's also very wonderful, also a very beautiful piece of furniture. Wonderful. Let's see if there's something still in the drawers. Nothing left anymore, but wow, they slide perfectly still. All the cutlery would be in here. All the beautiful silver cutlery that they used to have. Love this basket over here as well. It looks like a picnic basket that they would take out into the park. A little nice bottle of wine, some bouquets in there, and then went out to the park to enjoy a picnic. A picture of a child over here as well. Some liquor bottles. With one of those wonderful mirrors, these wonderful crafted mirrors, also here on top of this cabinet. Fake flower in front of it. Wow. Okay, and then we go to this door, to the next room of this place. Oh, this is a collapsing door. That's funny. I've not encountered that much in abandoned house. I think only once or twice I saw a door like this. Okay, there is some sort of a sitting area. And then, yes, over here we have the kitchen of the place. And this would be the not formal kitchen, where they had breakfast and dinner when no guests came over or stuff like that. Then they would have their dinners over here. It's still a very fancy place with the windows in the back there. Looks really cool, overlooking the backyard and the sort of mountainside that they had behind this house. Because this is in a pretty mountainous area. The chandelier that once hung from the ceiling is lying here on top of the table. This would also be a table for 6 people, even though there only would be living 4 people in this house. Sheila, Howard, and their 2 sons would be living in this place. And they have another lantern hanging here on this side of the wall. Wow. Then these built-in cabinets we have here to the side. And then the kitchen themselves. Here's some appliances would be standing. Oh, I'm curious about this item. What's this? I've never seen that before. Oh my god, is that a bread toaster built into the wall? Jeez, for 4 slices of bread. So every person in this place could easily make their own bread in the morning. Wow. Cabinets are empty, unfortunately. Here the fridge would be standing. And have a look at these glass panels, or these glass windows that they had in this place as well. They're also very beautiful. Oh, and these stoves, they are so intriguing. Wow. I love how they are designed. Look very 60s, 70s. And then the very big kitchen, grand kitchen as well over here. These cabinets are so low. There's no space left between them anymore. The stove to this side. What a beautiful place, everybody. I am absolutely in love. Let's see what more we can find by wandering through this property. That room we'll save for a little bit later, but let's first go to this side. We have a chandelier, again hanging here in this small hallway. There's again a lot of rubble on the ground. Okay, what would be stored in here? I have absolutely no clue why they would put this mesh in front of it. Haha, that's still wrinkles, I love it. This door seems to be completely locked. There's also no door handle anymore in here. I can't seem to open it anymore. So we can look on it from the balcony. Okay, I love to do that, excuse me. And there's woodwork on the walls. It's also very intriguing. I love that. Here we end up in the bathroom. Ah, yes. A very small bathroom with these pink sinks, gold-plated faucets, and Japanese designs as wallpaper. Wow. So this bathtub, pretty interesting. I'm not going to show you that toilet because that's disgusting. Wonderful. Then we have one more room to this. Oh, this is such an intact room. Have a look at that. Probably one of the children's rooms. We see a very small bed over here. still made, the pillow still on there, the bed sheets still in good shape. I love the frame of the bed as well. Beautifully white, lovely shape. Such a beautiful bed as well. The pillow still lying here. I wouldn't even fit in this bed. I'm almost 6 feet, and this bed is probably 5 feet 5 or something like that. For people from that use metric system, I'm 1 meter 80, and this bed is probably 1 meter 60, 1 meter 70. And I also had a desk in here so the child could do their homework. Even have a picture standing over here of this young lady. Okay. I, to my knowledge, they only had 2 boys, but I have seen a lot of pictures of young girls in this place as well. So most likely, they might have had a third child. You can see another baby picture lying here. Some flowers with a mirror above it. Hi, everybody. What a fascinating place. I love this room, really do. Also, the attention to detail throughout this house is fascinating. You can see over here, you don't even see the light switch anymore because they perfectly covered it with wallpaper. You only see the knob of the light switch. On this side, they have it as well. Wow, it's a very good job they did in this one. Back through the hallway. Let's have a look. And then we end up in this room. Yes. Some sort of a sitting area overlooking the terrace and the backyard of this place, with the fireplace to the right of it. Wow. This is sort of a room where they would sit in the evening, as well as the living room, but this would just be a room for the summer as well, where they could open the doors, enjoy a nice breeze coming into the house. Maybe also enjoy the fireplace and overlook the backyard when it's snowing outside, just like it did today. Lots of paperwork and bookworks also left over here. And I think this is some sort of an artwork that the children might have made in school. Fly Galaxy Airways. That's pretty interesting. An open fireplace here at the end of the room. Wow, must have been wonderful when it was lit. Such a nice and cozy atmosphere would glow throughout this house. The bucket where all the wood was stored. And then this table here in the middle is also pretty fascinating. And they even had this bar area here at the end of the room where cocktails were served when guests came over. Rusted lanterns above there. Bottles of liquor still left here. Scotch whiskey. So I'll give you a look behind here. Wow. This is funny. I'm sorry, Dr. Hirschberry won't be seeing patients anymore. He's on vacation permanently. Probably when when Mr. Howard went on pension, this is his surname, Hertzberg, went on a pension. They gave them this cartoon. This is so interesting. I really adore this. Wow. He's on vacation permanently. That's so fascinating. The drawer back there, the artworks and everything are just immensely beautiful. And then everybody, let me give you an overlook on the porch. It's completely dilapidated by now, overtaken by nature. Trees and roots are growing everywhere. And this porch is completely falling apart. The wooden pillars that you see over there are falling into disrepair. I don't even think that this property is fixable anymore. It's ripe for demolishment, and I think that's what they're going to do with it in a couple of months, 2 years from now. Their barbecue is still standing here outside, where they used to grill on, used to make beautiful meats. And even a vacuum cleaner is standing here outside. A Hoover. This is a typical American brand. We don't have it over in Europe. A very unique shape for a vacuum cleaner as well. I totally love the backyard of this place. The porch as well. Must have been such a wonderful place for them to sit outside and enjoy their family and the time they spend together. I'm now going to take you all upstairs and show you the upper floors of this household. Here I told you before, I think somebody was, or they were trying to restore this place and they broke the stairway in the process that used to be up here, the railing of the stairway. Even to the side here, you can look into the bedrooms that once were part of this household. You can see the exposed wooden panels on here with the graffiti that the vandals sprayed on there. I'm so surprised that some rooms of this place are so pristine still, and some rooms are so broken and in disrepair. This must have been a wonderful hallway back in the time with this wallpaper. They definitely were in love with Japanese art, as you can see. Wow. Here the railing of the stairway would be back in that time. And then they had this insanely beautiful gold-plated chandelier hanging here above the stairway. Just can't imagine how this must have looked like when it was back in pristine condition, when they still lived here only 7 years ago. And here we have the first bathroom. And this is the one that I showed you with the picture of the woman sitting on the toilet over there. This is the exact same bathroom. Wow. I love the style of this one, how it's so complementary with the toilet over there, all in the same color. And now we have the sink to this side. And yet again, you can see the attention to detail throughout this house. They completely wrapped this in the same style of wallpaper that we have over here. So beautifully done. Even the symmetry on there, it completely lines up with the upper wallpaper. Let's first go to the left here. Let's check out what we have left on this upper floor. Oh, well, we have another bathroom to this side. Wow, and this is in a red kind of theme. The shower over here as well. You can see somebody in this house. I think it was Sheila because she lived here the longest, was already in bad state of mobility. She had to sit down in her shower. She had to have all this aid throughout the household. Love the chandelier over there as well. Oh, so much attention to detail throughout this house. It's just wonderful to see. Ooh. I almost tripped there over this wallpaper that's fallen on the ground. Jesus Christ. And here we come into what used to be at some point a bedroom in this place, but now has been completely overthrown. You can see these jewelry boxes over here lying on the ground. They probably pulled them all out of the drawers, looking if there are any jewelry left in this place. More graffiti everywhere. But unfortunately, look at this wonderful furniture that's still in this place. These lamps and everything going to waste. I love the suitcase as well that we have over there. And over here on top of this drawer, we have multiple pictures left from when the house was still in a very pristine condition. You can see this was the kitchen that we were just inside. Here they were on a vacation together. So many pictures and artifacts of the family at one point in this place. This actually doesn't seem to be like the same house as we are in right now. And this one as well. These are all different. Oh, this is also all from different houses. This is also not the kitchen that we were in. just a minute ago. But this is definitely the family. This is one of the two boys that used to live in this place. Again, another Japanese antique cabinet over here. I love the relief and design that we have on this one as well. Wow. Okay, let's go further. Let's go further, everybody. I have a completely overthrown room to this side. Completely overthrown. And then one more room on this side as well. And I think this used to be the master bedroom of the place, where Sheila and Howard slept and lived together. The wallpaper on the ceiling has completely peeled off over time. But I love that the bed is still made after all this time. And the colorful bed sheet on there is just wonderful. Beautiful wooden bed as well. Let's see what's in here. There's nothing in here, unfortunately. Have to watch out and not step on the mirror. It's lying on the ground. Look at the design, the bed, the crown of the bed. Oh, and they're lonely in the cabinet. You can see one dress of Sheila still hanging. A last drink that she poured herself, still standing here on the nightstand, with some contents still in there. And then have a look at this cabinet that we are seeing here in front of us. This design is probably the most intrigued that I've ever seen. Look at all the details in the carvings. Every single piece is beautifully carved. It's just wonderful. Let's see if there's something still in there. No, it's completely empty, unfortunately. The curtains as well in this room. All just so fascinating. From the hallway, we can go straight into the basement over here. Stairway leading us down into the serene space of the household. It looks like we're going into a dungeon, looking at the lamp that's hanging here on the wall. Okay. Here we are entering into the basement of the household. It's like a storage area, maybe for some wine bottles, just some pantry for some food and stuff like that. I love the wall design with all the wood in this house. Very special. Let's first go to the right here. Oh, look at that. We have a piano right in front of us. What kind of room are we entering into? Oh my god. This looks like some sort of a man cave that we just entered into. That's so interesting. Wow. A chill space, I would say a man cave of some sort, or maybe a playroom as well. I love the piano that we have in front of us here. The decay on it is very present, as you can see. Oh, I just touched it. I shouldn't have touched it because I made a mark on it that didn't want to do that. But look at that beautiful piece. Does it still play? I'm so curious. No. What would you expect? It's not playing anymore. That's very normal after such a period of decay. Actually, only 7 years, so it's very fast, but yeah. One of the presidents, fortunately, I can't name him, but you have to excuse me because I'm European. I don't know every single president of the United States, of course. Trick dog. Trick pony. What? I love the shape and design and everything about this piano. And then we have this wooden carved lamp standing here. Wonderful piece. The drum down below here. Oh. There's some spider webs covering this book. Nothing really interesting in there. It's Pioneer from 1958. This book is from, a very old book. And then here in the middle, they had this sort of sitting area with the couches all around it. They probably could chill in the evening, sit together. There's even a television worked into the frame of this cabinet. Wow. Lots of magazines about art pieces. I can see Van Gogh laying over there. Van Gogh art pieces. Love these couches as well. Let's have a look if there's anything in these cabinets. They all seem to be empty. All seem to be emptied out. So I'm not sure why they took all the valuables. Maybe the thieves did this, but not the pictures. This picture of the cats playing a game of poker together or a game of cards. And here somebody won a lot of trophies. See with basketball. What more? Oh, accordion playing. Oh, so playing the accordion. And I still remember these devices. It's like a little movie theater when you look through it into the light. Different pictures will be displayed in front of your eyes. Some people might know them, some people don't. Wow, even a plant standing there in the corner of the room. And all this wallpaper that used to hang on the walls is now coming down onto the floors of this place and the furnishings. Used to hang a lantern in this room as well. And then we have this one last room here at the end, and this they made it into a beautiful bar, as you can see. All the liquors are still standing here. Unopened bottles of wine from 1978, product of Italy, it says on there. Wow, that's so beautiful to see. All the spider webs around the bottles, and even this painting that's hanging here on the walls, completely chipping apart and falling apart. And the lanterns above the bar here. This is such a beautiful place, everybody. And this table where they could sit at, have some drinks together in the evening. Even though that this house is so expensive, $3.2 million, these people just couldn't take it with them. That's just the way of life. It's so sad to see they spent so much money and effort making this place, and at the end, it just gets abandoned and lost forever. And yeah, I'm just not sure why anybody should spend so much money on a house. I don't get me wrong, I think it's very beautiful, but I would rather spend my money on experiences that I will hold in my mind forever, instead of all these materialistic things that would just be here, and at the end they hold no value anymore. I really love it, it's really beautiful, but it's also so sad to see all this go to waste while our world is so unequal. Let's look a little bit further to this side of the household. Okay, what do we got over here? Alpine Council. Oh, he was in the council, and it says over here Howard Herzberg, and he wanted to become Republicans for Responsible Government. Oh my god, I forgot to show you in this room. I didn't even see it. Have a look here in the corner of the room. You have this beautiful cabinet with a record player on top worked into the design of the cabinet. Wow, there's even still a plate, a record still laying on there. Isn't that just fascinating? A big collection of records down here as well. Wow. And have a look at these wooden doors that we have over here. They're completely splitting apart and falling into disrepair. Oh my gosh. Do you want to be in a video, Marcel?
Sure.
Okay. Everybody, I have to introduce you to Marcel. So everybody, you know by now that I've been on a trip throughout the United States and meeting fans of mine that watch the channel. And this is Marcel actually, and he decided today to come with us to an abandoned place. And what do you think about this place, Marcel? What do you think about your first experience with an abandoned place?
It's pretty amazing. It's
Yeah,
very intriguing, I
yeah,
think, to look at people's lives and how they live, and then all the accumulation of things that people have in their
yeah.
lives.
We were just having a talk about that, right? About how
Yeah,
all of this is left behind and how you could rather
exactly.
spend it on experience instead of
Exactly,
such
yes. Because
extravagant
look at all the
homes.
stuff that you don't even
Yeah,
really need, and
exactly.
there's so much of it. I
Yeah.
feel like I agree with Leslie.
Mhm.
I
And
prefer.
how is your first time exploring? Is it different from watching the videos, like now doing it in real life with
Oh,
me?
completely different. Completely different because the mood
You
inside of
feel the
the
mood of the
buildings is
places, yeah.
so different.
Yeah.
Yeah, you get so much atmosphere in here.
I always try to portray that in my videos, but it doesn't come out like in real life.
No, it can't, I think.
No, that's impossible.
Exactly.
But I just want to thank Marcel. We've been staying at his place right now. He's been such a wonderful host, and we just decided to take
Oh,
him on this trip. And
it's such an exciting, really fun trip for
yeah,
me. Yeah, I've never done this before, so
thank
it's
you very much,
amazing.
Marcel.
Thank
And
you, Leslie,
yeah, such an amazing place.
for this adventure.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, now we're gonna go outside of the place before it's dark outside and show you the remainder that we still have to show you, the front and the back of this household. I'll turn off my light for the neighbors, but yeah, go through this broken window and we come into this sort of area underneath the upper terrace. As you can see, plants are growing everywhere throughout this place. Nature is truly taking over this property right now. Oh my god, this is just insane. Here we have that patio that we saw earlier on the pictures, and you also saw in the intro of the video. Wow, everything is completely overgrowing. And then, everybody, my favorite part about this house, the pool area in the back. Have a look at this. And because it's winter time right now, the whole pool has completely frozen. I should be careful to not fall in there, but I don't know how stable that ice is, but it's just fascinating to see. I never saw a completely frozen pool in an abandoned place before. It's also a first for me. Wow. And then the house itself behind here, the lanterns in the backyard and everything. So beautiful. I love walking through the snow of this place. Fascinating experience. Wow. Oh, and here we come with the garage area. The 3 garage gates in front of the house, on the side of the house. And then let's have a look at that beautiful front of this mansion. Oh my god. The driveway that would go up to the front porch of this place. Wonderfully made out of stone. The plants already going up on the side of there. And 4 big pillars here at the front of the house. That is just insane to see. I love the style, the design of these American houses. This architecture is so different from European architecture. So everybody, I want to thank you very much for watching this episode. It was an amazing place to explore from Sheila and Howard, the doctor's mansion I'm going to call it, and I just love this place. A $3.2 million mansion with everything left in it in the United States. Just unfathomable. I want to thank you all for watching this week's video. If you liked it, please give the video a like. Subscribe down there if you're new to the channel. And there's also a link in the description for Patreon. There you can help us out, support the channel, and help us go around this beautiful world.